Hello, my sweet babies. Welcome on in. Come on in, y'all. I got a light. You can see how dirty my glasses are. You're welcome. And you can also just have fun and sit with me. Hi. My name is Ari. I am here. This is Chat with a Homie. I am your neurodivergent homie on this quest today as we have chats about things that feel uncomfortable. And right now, what's feeling uncomfortable is just life in general. I swear, okay? Life is just going and giving me all the growing pains. And I've been sitting here really gnawing on that bone, okay? And it's so funny because if you don't know, like I'm a little bit of okay, like I said, spiritual mama, because I am that girl. Hi. And what I've been doing is getting deep into my spiritual bag, meaning connecting to my ancestors, really doing some more shadow work. And honestly, that's what even kickstarted the possibility of me being able to have my kids with me. You might be saying, what, girl? But I think I have some videos on that from before, but I will definitely touch on that again because I don't think we have enough conversations about healing and motherhood collectively together and healing those childhood wounds when even things feel like what the poop and what the doopity doop, okay? I genuinely have been sitting with that, and I think too, also in the process of like really diving into who are my ancestors, especially the ones that I don't know the names of, the ones that are still making their way and I'm still building relationship with. It has been a wild ride in the sense of it's felt very stagnant at many moments, and I've questioned myself and I'm going, what the heck am I doing? And I've looked at my life and I'm like, why do I feel so stuck? Why do things feel broken? Why do I feel broken? What the poop is going on? And you might be saying, wow, that's a lot that you're throwing at us. Babes, it's a lot to be going through. And I know I can't be the only one. Hi, that's why we're here to key. Okay, to kia, but yeah, to key. You understand what I'm saying here. We're here to key about those things that feel great, uncomfortable, that feel whimsical and fun, but also feel challenging. And I'm not gonna lie, this season was filled with so much confusion. I was like, what do I do? Do I go to school? Like, am I called, I'm a single mom of 3 kids, a single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops. Okay, listen, do I go back to school? I was like, let me get my LPN. Let me go back to work. Like, I need money. I need this. I need that. And literally, my ancestors had to sit my ass down and they said, sweetheart, you're not operating in your gifts. And your gift is yap. You yap and yap. And somewhere in those yappings, there's community and building and growth and evolution. And you need to go ahead and yap. And I was like, no, but maybe I could do it and answer the call by like one of these ways in which, like, you know, the world says you should go ahead, especially if you're a person on the earth that needs, like, needs to live and survive. You need to get a job, right? And I almost fell back into that. And every time, y'all, it's so funny because every time I try to go back, every time I try to go back, my ancestors are like, sweetheart, no. And I'm like, but that's confusing because my pockets are still empty, y'all. What's going on? They're like, you're here to grow and you can't operate in fear. And so I don't know who needs to hear this while maybe you're stuck and you're in a process of what the hell. I know it took a while for us to get to the point, but hi, I'm finding it because listen, we're here and I'm just here to chat. Hopefully this feels like a FaceTime call with a friend because hey girl, hey man, hey person, hey Bookie, hey Pookie. I'm here to chat with you, okay? Hopefully while you're feeling stuck, this could also help alleviate that stuck energy. I'm not a person that can sit and be quiet and go kumbaya and be like, oh, baby, no. I talk it out. I go to therapy. And honestly, as a single mom, I keep freaking moving. I honestly feel like sometimes life doesn't give me the choice of just sitting my butt down and not doing anything. Today, even from the jump, from the giddy, I have my eldest daughter who's going into middle school. I cannot believe it. Literally gave birth to her years ago. And I'm like, how is she this big? How is she growing so fast? Like, what is going on? No, quite literally, I was like stunned. Dropping her off at transition camp they have for the middle schoolers to like kind of get acquainted. And she catched up with her friends and I was like, she catched up was crazy work. She caught up with her friends and I was like, we love that, okay? So boom, that's what I was doing today. Then I had to drop my other daughter off at dance camp. I get to do it all again tomorrow. Okay, and then, okay, we had doctor's appointments. We were in the doctor's office for 3 hours. It was backed up. Not in a fun way. I don't think you can be backed up in a fun way, to be honest. I don't think that that's fun, okay? But all that to say that life has felt very nonstop on the go. But on the while, also feeling very stuck and like stagnant in my energy. And here I am, I'm like, okay, I need to get a job. Maybe I should do it this way. Maybe I need to do more cleansing baths. Maybe I need to do more sweetening jars. What do I need to do? Maybe I need to petition St. Expedite, and I need to petition St. Jude. And my ancestors had to sit me down and said, remember who you are, Simba. They literally had to sit me down. And that was another hard lesson that I learned this time around, like, is having to slow down and realizing that slowing down doesn't always mean like getting silent and sitting. I legit yesterday just lit a candle for my ancestors and just chatted with them. Legit. Just chatted. And for those who are like, how do I build connection, relationship with my ancestors? Like, honestly, I think we got to take a lot of the weird mumbo jumbo out of it, because I feel like we get a lot of information on the internet, and how you connect to your ancestors specifically, it's going to be specific to you. And it sounds like, but lady, hey, girl, that doesn't help me. But like, literally have a conversation. Like I am chatting with you is exactly how I chat with my ancestors. I get them a cup of water. This, I go ahead and I speak over the water. I tell the water what it's going to do. Baby, you're going to hydrate my ancestors. And my kind, benevolent, elevated ancestors, please come in. Please come through. Let's chat. My ancestors had to sit me down and they said, why are you trying to work with everybody else and you're not tapping into the power that you hold within? And I have to tell you, I had to sit my ass down and actually ponder that thought. Because for a long time, especially in my practices, I was like, oh my goodness. And when I feel stuck, I'm going to get a candle. And nothing was moving. Nothing was moving. And it wasn't that I wasn't calling on my ancestors. I was. But I think that the energy that I was even doing it in, just being so hasty and not really being true to myself, trying to manipulate reality to match, honestly, what people expect of me and not what I'm here to do. And honestly, a lot of that is still open-ended. But I know that as I take a step forward, I am moving in the right direction. So last night, right, I'm here. I'm at the altar. And that's where I'm recording this video. Hi, hello, welcome to my altar space. You can't see it, but I'm looking at it. I have a candle lit for my ancestors. I have their water. I have their offering. I have my amethyst. Look at this little amethyst baby. I don't know, so cute. So cute. She's so pretty. Oh my God, you're such a pretty baby. Okay, we have our connection. We're just vibing here, okay? But I was sitting here vibing with them yesterday and they had to sit me down, y'all. And sometimes we have to be sat down, especially in the beginning when we think we need to work with Aphrodite, Kiki Woo, Mickey Moo, Papa Drew, and Lapadoo. If you're interested in working, baby, don't be afraid of letting it teach you some patience and sitting your butt down. And I feel like my ancestors have taught me that significantly. There's certain things that I'm trying to bring in fruition, and it feels like those things are just blocked, and that feels crappy, because I'm like, do you hear me? And they're like, yeah, excuse me, I hear you, but like, also, did you address this and this? And I need you to examine that. And the way that I communicate, I can hear them, like it will come through here. Right? It's not like, and then do this. It's not like that. I mean, I'm sure there will be moments like that. There's definitely moments like that when I was a child. But I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm a little scary for that. Don't do it to me, Pookie. Just talk to me in my dreams. Okay? Listen. I was sitting with them and they were just reminded me what it's like to be still. And then I was listening to Chloe from Fantastical Nowhere. Amazing. If you don't know, follow her on TikTok. If you feel called to buy some conjured oils, because she knows what she's doing. Rose Folk Cabinet, she knows. There's so many practitioners online that know, okay? Boom. But we're here. So I was listening to her and she was like, if you're struggling with lack, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling stagnant, you need to make a gratitude list. And so I was talking to my ancestors and they said, tell me. Because I didn't feel called to write. And every time I would try to find a pen to write something down, I genuinely could not find a pen. Diabolical. I could not find a pen. And they were like, talk to us. You are trying to fit old things that you used to do that worked for you in that season into where you are right now, and that doesn't always fit, and sometimes it will. But allow for those things and those hits of intuition and those hits of what they're telling you. They'll guide you what to do. They'll make it so you understand, baby, what you need to be doing. Okay, they were like, sweetheart, you need to sit your butt down and you need to just chat with us. We want to spend time with you. And so if you're feeling stuck, take time to spend time. Take time to spend time, okay? Take the time to spend it, because you can't get it back, right? And talk with them. That's time that they could never get back. Like, they understand what it's like. They understand the concept of time. They're gone, baby. They're on the other side. But you, as the living, this is a finite resource. This is something that is not necessarily infinite to us on this plane, as we are sitting here right now, you and me. So just even sitting and spending time, I realized, like, even doing this, like, dedicate this video to my ancestors. May it find the people it needs to find. Or maybe the video is just for me and I'm just chilling and kikiing on the internet, but I just know I need to move when I'm called to move. And so that's part of the feeling stuck thing too, is that sometimes things go quiet. And when things go quiet, get a little introspective of why is that happening? If you feel called to journal. If you feel called to do readings and get readings, do that. If you feel called to sit at the altar, do that. We should do that anyway, but like, do that. Spend time with your highest self. Spend time with your ancestors. Spend time with your Ori. Spend time with them. Spend time with your guides. Chat if you can't stand the fucking silence. They understand. At least in how we rock, me and my babies, me and my ancestors, they understand. And allow for those answers to come through. Life is weird and it gets funny. Take those moments to chill out. It's actually so funny too, because one thing that I've been praying about is finding community. And funny enough, I had actually connected with a mom before who also is very spiritual. And I was like, we were shooting the poop and then kind of just fell off. Life happens. It happens, right? And so I was talking to my ancestors, actually, funny enough, yesterday, okay, while I was chatting with them. I was like, y'all, I really want, I desire community. Oh, hold up.